Does Tennessee have an elite cornerback on this team a la Alontae Taylor in 2021?
So to define elite, you're talking about, I don't know how high Alontae Taylor got in the rankings of all SEC, but you're talking about a second-round draft pick. That's pretty darn good for a corner who are highly valued. So I have to answer this question in yes or no, right? Otherwise, it's not really a good take. They do. And Rickey Gibson. And I kept hearing things about Rickey Gibson throughout the offseason. I wrote something on him and offthehooksports.com. And I also know that in the offseason, there is a very, very specific grading process in which players get to choose their number. Okay, Caleb, if I said we're going to start wearing jerseys, what number do you want? Which would you pick?
For cornerbacks, which number would I want to wear?
You to wear on the show every day. It's your number.
4 is my lucky number. Always has been. So I would wear 4.
Okay, but if it's not 4, it's
1?
Yes. They gave Rickey Gibson the number 1 on his jersey, which everybody wants. Everybody wants single digits. Everybody wants 1. You might take 4. I would probably take 8, but 1's right up at the list. He's a corner who Iowa was afraid to throw at in the Citrus Bowl.
That barely counts because Iowa was afraid to throw to anybody.
That is very fair. He would be afraid to throw to Caleb. But no, I think Tennessee rolls into 2024. The fact that they also made him available with the media. With Rickey Gibson, I went back and I did watch some tape because I'm a super nerd. I thought he struggled in the Kentucky game a little bit, but I think other than that, I thought his escalation continued to go up. And if his offseason is as good as what he did last year, that is your surprise impact player, elite cornerback. And I think Rickey Gibson will be that. So I'm just not taking elite cornerback. I'm going a step farther. I think he'll be the impact newcomer other than Nico on the team.
Oh, he's not a newcomer because he did play last year, but I get what you're saying. Like impact's new starter.
Yeah, taking that step
breakout player.
Breakout is a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm with you, but I'm going a step further. I'm going a step further than you, Dave. You want to know what's better than having an elite cornerback on your team?
Having 2 elite cornerbacks on your team.
Yep. The same way, what was it, Red Bull, you said a water boy? The only thing better than a crawfish dinner is 5 crawfish dinners.
Very true.
The only thing better than an elite quarterback is 2 elite cornerbacks. And this is why Josh Heupel was so excited at SEC Media Days. And you heard it and he couldn't hide it. Jermod McCoy is another elite cornerback, Dave. Jermod McCoy was a freshman All-American. The only reason, he bailed on Oregon State because Oregon State got left out in the cold with the whole Big Ten SEC stuff, but he might have transferred anyway. A lot of people believe. And he chose to go to Tennessee. I think that is a guy, I don't have any proof of this, but if there's a transfer they opened the NIL checkbook for, Lance Hurd is one. I think Jermod McCoy is the other. And it's going to go, so Tennessee is going from.
They have an elite cornerback, and you have to pick between the 2. Because there's a reason nobody has elite cornerbacks. Because somebody has to get thrown at. You have to pick your poison. Nobody has ever had in the history of my life of watching football 2 elite cornerbacks. Because
I don't know. The Legion of Boom had 2 elite cornerbacks, didn't they?
Elite is a strong word. All right, but if you had to pick between the 2, McCoy or Rickey Gibson, who's the elite one?
I'm probably going Rickey Gibson because I don't think McCoy was as tested last year. Now, that's funny to say because, well, let me back up. Hold on. It's dead now. But the Pac-12 last year, the quarterback play was better in the Pac-12 than the SEC last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
So he got freshman All-American playing, theoretically, for his role, tougher competition. I might have to say McCoy will be the elite one, but I think it could be 2. All right, here we go. Here's my Ty Law and Asante Samuel. that's what Tennessee could have this year in college.
If they're that good, Tennessee's going to be in the national championship.
They're going 17-0.
Speaking of, did you notice in one of the interviews, who was it? I think it was T-Lander, referred to 17 games. You got to play 17 games. I thought that was kind of cocky in a super cool way, right?
It was. Now, to be fair, if Tennessee does their job, they'll only play 16 games. 12, the SEC title game, get the first round bye, and then you only have to win 3 games.
Maybe he was counting their undefeated record after the orange and white game.
Oh, okay, there we go.
That's exactly what do me a quick favor, and I'll let you finish. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're with you weekdays at 10 a.m. And we enjoy kicking around the balls and some SEC topics. Tennessee's going to get a commitment. That's coming up soon. And Neyland Stadium has its exclusive beer. Is it time for Off the Hook Sports to have an exclusive drink? I think so. Caleb Calhoun, I would certainly recommend that people until we get that drink, check out our good friends Hooker's Hangouts. One is Asia Cafe. Treat yourself to authentic Asian cuisine handcrafted from guarded family recipes. 5 locations to choose from. asiacafe.org, asiacafe.org on Callahan. So, Caleb, if Tennessee has 2 cornerbacks that go in the second round or better, then
that's Alabama, Kirby Smart. That's Alabama and Georgia level, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're putting the bar pretty high.
Now, let me correct Travis on something, because Travis says, Travis, I love you. You said Eric Berry was elite. Are we saying Gibson and McCoy or Eric Berry? Travis, Eric Berry was an elite. Eric Berry was transcendently great. One of like a player you get once in a generation, right, Dave? Like, yeah. That's like.
No, I haven't seen guys do that. Walk in, be a starter from the get. Just no argument about it.
Yeah, he goes on the shelf with Peyton Manning, Al Wilson, Reggie White. Eric Berry goes on that shelf, right? Like a select shelf that like maybe 6 people in Tennessee history are on. That's the shelf Eric Berry is on. You don't have to be on that shelf to be elite, okay?
Eric Berry, let's clarify this. Eric Berry could be as good of a corner as Rickey Gibson or Jermod McCoy, and he could be as good of a safety as, I don't know, Eric Berry. I mean, he could be as good of a light linebacker as it takes to play in the NFL, because he did that too. So yes, we're talking about a whole different level.
He could have been a receiver in the NFL if he wanted to be.
He could have been a quarterback in the NFL.
Yes. Eric Berry could have picked his position to play, is what we're saying.
I watched him play quarterback in high school. I mean, if it wasn't for a little bit of height, he had 2 more inches. I'm not sure he plays defensive back.
Yeah, you might. That's a very good point. But this is what, like,
you go back and look. He had a nice high release point. He was very good. So we don't.
John Henderson's on that list too, by the way. But yeah, we're talking like there's a select group of like legendary players, right? That you don't have to be elite to be legendary, or you don't have to be legendary to be elite.
Yes, I agree.